welcome back. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I'm gonna take this off because it was a cute idea, but it just didn't feel all the way. So that's fine. She's still gonna be in the video, but she needs a separate moment. How do we like our set today? We went for a little bit of a Parisian tea time in Paris. I said Parisian. During February. I know they don't celebrate, do they? Well, in Mexico they celebrate a version of Valentine's Day, but you know, I get ahead of myself. Well, anyways, welcome to my channel. My name is Nala, for those who do not know. And I basically wanted to create this safe space for us to evolve together and to create and become well-rounded, better versions of ourselves as human beings. I am by no means an expert, but I love to talk and I love to share and I love to experience, so why not do it together? So as you noticed today, I'm looking a little bit, I was about to say dehydrated. No, I'm not wearing any makeup today. And I didn't do my hair to the max today either, because I really wanted to explore this topic that's been on my heart lately, because you know it's a new year and you want to achieve the goals that you set for yourself and you want to go in really hard. You often overexert yourself. I'll overexert my skin, I'll overexert my hair, I'll overexert my body, and you end up getting sick. And that's actually one of the things that is happening to me right now, is I have to slow down and remember what truly matters for me in my life. Yeah. And the biggest message, the biggest impact a mantra has ever done for me is ground me and remind me that I am worthy no matter what, and I can achieve anything no matter what I may look like. And so that's where Own the Skin You're In came from. It came from a moment in time where accepting who I was and radicalizing who I am, radically accepting who I am, owning who I am became the precedent. Own the Skin You're In is about taking the scars, the frizz, the hair, the everything, and still finding a way to own it because it's yours and make it something beautiful, something unique to you and your story. And so I'm so grateful for the journeys that I've been on that have brought me to that space of accepting and owning the skin that I'm in. And that brings us to today's video. Oh, I got a little cake, a little strawberry. Hold on, let me have a sip of tea with y'all. You know, this is a safe space. Let's have tea. Let's have an experience when we come here. Cheers. I'm having a little matcha, and I'm gonna have this cake as a treat after. I'm so excited. That's what today's video is about. So today's video is about the expectations and how to navigate them. Okay, so it is February, and it's a month of love. You know, we often during February want to become these versions of ourselves that is like so pretty and gorgiana, and we're like with friends all the time, and our lives, it's the second month of the year, our lives is like, we have already made the choice, our lives are going to be thriving from now on. But then reality sets in and you realize that you're sick for some reason and you're looking terrible, or at least you think you do, and you're like, what am I doing with my life? Okay, what is happening here? So I just want to touch a little bit of base on that, because we live in such a society, such a world that expects so much from us. And you know what is so extremely funny? That the expectation, the vision that is so singular and so small and so limited to what reality holds for all of us. You know, there's so many opportunities out there for everybody. Maybe this is meant to be a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a, you can do this, because you can. You absolutely can. We all can create a life that is meaningful and fulfilling and, you know, intentional when we do our things. But it's not going to look like the life that you think it's going to look like. It's going to teach you new things like vulnerability and how to embrace and accept. You know, we live in such a society that's like, go create. You know, if those people aren't paying you any mind, then cut them off. No opportunity. It's done. Okay. Where did this come from? Why is it so end all be all, world is ending, black or white, red or blue? Why are we finding this common ground, this common denominator that would allow us to be more than just the one thing that 90% of us can't fit into? And if you are that 10%, then you should truly be finding ways to include more people and find new ways of including yourself in other ways of the world, in different ways from the world. Because how singular, how sad is it when we're only allowed one way of being? Okay? So, yeah, and it's so hilarious how sometimes in reality, we can't. No matter how much we inject, we pluck, we force, how reality will often show us where our true perception is, our true mind is. It's like, if you don't feel beautiful, it doesn't matter what you may look like. If you don't feel beautiful, if you don't feel like you're enough, your reality will never, will not in that moment reflect that. And I found this to be true for myself. I find myself living kind of a double life where it's like I can be the glamazonian model of the world, and I love walking into the room with my head held up high, and I've trained myself. I've worked very hard to get to that point where I'm not walking into the room with my head down, where I can truly walk in with my head high and be noticed by the entire room and still hold that gaze and that integrity and that poise and that demeanor. So I've worked hard at that. And I know how much responsibility and influence comes with doing that. It's not an easy job because you have to be in alignment and you have to be grounded in yourself. But I've also experienced not the opposite of grounding, but a grounding in the unconventional. You know, I was looking at myself in the mirror having a moment, and I realized how much I'm representing like Glenda right now, Glenda the Good Witch. But in reality, there's more Elphaba in here than there's both, of course. But in reality, there's Elphaba, you know. I'm still on Wicked, guys. I'm still on Wicked. Just don't get mad at me. I'm still on Wicked. In reality, Elphaba is trying to bring truth out into the world to make it a better place, but it's so shunned and misconstrued that she ends up being the bad guy for just trying to share the truth about Oz. And Glinda will be applauded for keeping secrets and living under the scrutiny, or living under that microscope that has been, you know, living in her whole life. I'm sorry, this music is not it. I need just like a soft moment. We're gonna edit that out. We're gonna edit that out. So what is the point? I think the point
working out doesn't always have to feel like work. Get 1 month free to book something fun on
I'm
Scale new heights with
realizing
bounce it out on the trampoline. Get upside down with aerial yoga, or
there
use it out on the bike.
are
ClassPass makes trying
moments
studios, gyms, and more the best part of your
I
routine. Because a little bit of
can
fun can go
be
a long way.
glam
Get started with 1 month free at ClassPass.com.
just chill. Both are valid. I may hate this thing, you know? I may hate how this feels, but this is a moment for me to be vulnerable and to say, hey, this is me. This is the truth of the human experience. It can be both. It can be this raw moment, and it can also be this beautifully set up, beautifully, you know, aesthetic moment. Both are valid, and all I can hope for is to find that happy medium, that happy space where I can accept myself for the body that I've been born in, you know, that God has bestowed on me, the blessings, and I can continue to move forward towards that reality that I would love. You know, both are valid and both are needed. Both are needed. I want to be in a relationship with spirit and my environment and grow from a place of faith. But I can't do that if I'm too stuck in reality, or if I allow reality to take over, or if I just don't acknowledge reality at all and just keep trying to just pretend like everything is butterflies and rainbows when it's not all the time. It's not. So I take this moment seriously and I appreciate it so much. And I love what we are creating here. And it's okay. It's all right. We don't have to have it all figured out. A teacher once told me how important it is to fall out of balance so that you remember how to get back on balance. So I think it's just important to remind ourselves of that and to keep holding space, you know. Keep holding that space. Keep holding that love. We're in a divided time, but keep holding that space. Keep holding that love. Keep being honest. Keep being vulnerable. It's what's needed right now. It's what's needed right now. Not the more performing, not the more hustling and grinding. It's how do we live more intentional, more devoted, more present lives for ourselves and our families and our communities. How can we find new ways to sit in the present moment and own the skin you're in? Thank you guys. I think that's it. I think it was just a quick message that I needed to share with you guys. I have some other stuff in the works. Don't worry, it's not always gonna be like this. But I do appreciate you guys being here. I love doing this. It's beautiful. I get to share and feel professional and feel staged and be intentional about my days. So I'm gonna continue. This is the artist way. Week 2, okay? And I'll see you guys on the next one, okay? Stay cute. Stay free. Love you, girls. Bye. I'm the skin you're in. Did I do it right?